Hello guys, welcome to another video. In this video, I will discuss some of the cheapest countries to buy real estate around the world, where you can actually have a good quality of life. Did you know that in many countries of the world, it is possible to buy real estate for 1/5 or even 1/10 of what a similar property would cost in the US or in the UK? In this video, I have selected a number of countries in which you can actually buy pretty affordable real estate, live a comfortable lifestyle, and potentially get a residence permit on top of that. So, if you are a retiree or you want to invest in real estate without having to spend a large sum of money or taking out a mortgage, this video might actually give you a good number of interesting ideas. And before we start the usual talk, if you want to travel, move or invest abroad, hit the like button, check our other videos, book a consultation call with me, the link is in the description. Let's plan your immigration strategy together. And most importantly, subscribe. Let's start. Today we're going to start our list with Albania, a country that is often mentioned here on the channel. Albania has some of the cheapest properties in Europe, combined with some of the most beautiful landscapes in the world, especially if you enjoy beaches and mountains. You can check some property prices in Albania using this website. While prices in the capital Tirana are already not very inexpensive, there are many areas in the country where you can actually get quite good deals in great locations. If you like the seaside, the city of Saranda is probably one of the best bets to buy real estate in Albania. Saranda is just a short ferry ride from the Greek island of Corfu, where property prices are several times higher than those you can find in Saranda or elsewhere in Albania. It is also easy to get a residence permit in Albania by starting a company, but the country is going through reforms on its immigration laws, so I believe it will soon be much easier for retirees or passive investors to reside in Albania without actually having to start a company. The next country is Mexico. Mexico is another popular option if you want to move to a cheaper country, have access to affordable real estate, and an overall good quality of life. The country offers a lot of advantages, especially if you're coming from the US and still need to travel regularly to the country. Property prices in Mexico are very affordable. If you are used to prices in California or elsewhere in North America, you will be very surprised with how low prices can actually be in many parts of Mexico. Some popular places like San Miguel de Allende or Mexico City have some of the most expensive real estate prices in the country. If you are on a budget though, smaller cities offer much cheaper prices. And since Mexico is huge, there is certainly a city or a town for every budget. One of the largest property websites in Mexico is inmuebles24.com. US, Canadian, UK, and most citizens of European countries have visa-free access to Mexico for up to 180 days. This makes the country a perfect destination if you just want a place to stay a few months per year, ideally escaping winter in the northern hemisphere. If you want to reside full-time in Mexico, it is also not particularly hard to get a residence permit in the country. The next country is Georgia. Georgia is one of my favorite countries for a lot of reasons. It is easy to get a residence permit, and most citizens from Western countries can actually stay up to 1 year without a visa or any formality in Georgia. This Caucasus country is also a good place to invest in real estate. Rental yields are pretty good, and the country is becoming more and more popular among expats and digital nomads. The largest website to check properties in Georgia is myhome.ge, which also has an English version. Georgia is still relatively undiscovered as a tourist destination, but this is definitely changing in the past few years. So buying property in Georgia might not only be good for your personal use, but also as an investment. If you invest more than $100,000 in property in Georgia, you are eligible to get a residence permit in the country. This type of residence permit has a very low number of days per year that you actually have to be in the country in order to keep renewing it. This may be a good strategy depending on your ambitions. Romania is the next country in the list and one of my favorite places in Europe. It has stunning landscapes, a lot of history, combined with one of the lowest cost of living in the European Union. Real estate prices in Romania are low compared to most other countries in the bloc. Sure, there are countries in the EU with similar property prices such as Bulgaria or Latvia, but the truth is that the Romanian property market is still one of the most affordable among all European Union members. The capital Bucharest is by far the most expensive place in the country to buy property, but when compared to other EU capitals like Prague or Budapest, prices in Bucharest are definitely more welcoming. The problem with Romania is that, unless you are an EU citizen, there are some relatively high ongoing costs to keep your residency in the country. As of today, you need to open a company in Romania to keep renewing your residence permit in the country. This Eastern European country is also launching a visa for digital nomads, so residency in Romania might actually become easier in the near future. The next country is Turkey. Turkey has traditionally been a very affordable tourism destination for Europeans. Recently, the Turkish currency, the lira, has been losing value year after year. And then it comes as no surprise to see that real estate prices have also plummeted in the country. Turkey offers amazing landscapes, delicious cuisine, and all of that at a fraction of what it would cost in any neighboring European country. Even in Bulgaria, which borders Turkey, real estate prices with the current lira exchange rate can be quite pricier. You can check this website on the screen to browse around for property prices in Turkey. You will be probably very surprised by the price to quality ratio in most parts of Turkey. Apart from that, it is also very easy to get a residence permit in Turkey. The country is one of the few nations in the world that actually has a residence permit category for tourists. On top of that, if you really like Turkey, you can invest $250,000 in property in the country and then obtain Turkish citizenship. Chile is the next country in our list, and probably the country with the highest quality of life in South America. Surprisingly so, it is also a relatively inexpensive place to buy real estate, especially if you drive away from the capital Santiago. Chile certainly is not the cheapest country to buy real estate in South America, as you can find much better bargains in Bolivia or Venezuela. But, considering the relation between quality of life and prices, buying a property in Chile can actually be a good investment. Cities like Concepcion and Valparaiso can be a good option. On top of that, Chile is a great overall country, and one of the safest in all of Latin America. It also has a very flexible visa and residence permit policy. There are residence permit classes for different categories, including investors, retirees, and people who have income without economic activity. But if you want to find a job in Chile, it is also not particularly difficult to get one. If you stay long enough, you can apply for Chilean citizenship. Chile has the strongest passport in Latin America, with visa-free access to the UK, US, and Canada. Next country, Bosnia and Herzegovina. Bosnia and Herzegovina is another option if you want to live in Europe and buy a relatively affordable property. While the capital Sarajevo does not particularly offer extremely low prices, in the countryside, even not far from the capital, you can actually get pretty good deals. Foreign individuals can buy property in Bosnia, but this works on a reciprocity basis. If a Bosnian citizen can buy real estate in your country of citizenship, then you are also allowed to buy property in Bosnia. The advantage is that in Bosnia, according to the current laws, you can actually get a residence permit to live in the country just by buying property, which is definitely a huge advantage compared to most countries in Europe. The best and the most popular website to search for properties in Bosnia is olx.ba. Bosnia and Herzegovina has some of the most beautiful landscapes in Europe, and you are just a few hours drive from cities in Croatia, Serbia, Slovenia, and even Austria. Ecuador is the last country in today's list, and it is a good option if you want to stay relatively close to the US in one of the mildest climates in the world. Foreigners can own property in Ecuador, and you can actually find pretty affordable bargains throughout the country. The country uses the US dollar as its currency, which can make it easier for foreigners to understand the cost of living and property prices in Ecuador right from the start. OLX and Mercado Libre are some of the most popular websites to browse for properties in Ecuador. It is also pretty close to the US, and it is in the same time zone as parts of the United States, which can be an important thing if you work remotely for a US company and you need to be online during the opening hours of your company. Ecuador just overhauled its visa and residence permit policy, so it became easier to enter, stay, and renew your residence permit in the country. There are many visa and residence permit categories in Ecuador, including those for investors, retirees, and freelancers. It is one of the most flexible countries in terms of residence permits in South America. That's it for today's video. Write down in the comment section which country would you like to buy property from the ones I mentioned. And if you'd like to buy property somewhere else, write also a comment below. And now the usual gibberish before you can go on and start your day. If you want to travel, move, or invest abroad, hit the like button, check our other videos, book a consultation call with me, the link is in the description. And most importantly, subscribe. See you next time.